coming up in this episode, TBEX Europe in Copenhagen, virtual shoes in Denmark, sound interesting?
Yes.
And JobIndex, a great job site. I'm Tim.
And I'm Sabine, and welcome to MyDenmarkTV.com.
This episode of MyDenmarkTV.com is made possible by CopenhagenClicks.com, featuring the largest collection of Danish websites covering all the practical aspects of your stay in Denmark, explained via video tutorials, enabling you to get around the Danish language barrier and get so much more out of your time here. So let me ask you, Sabine, have you had a chance to go see any documentary films at the Documentary Film Festival that's running right now?
This year I actually didn't have a chance, or I'm not going to have a chance to do that because I'm very busy with my own company.
Yeah.
I usually really like documentaries, but...
Is that true?
It is true.
Okay.
I know I told you something else, but I really do like documentaries.
Okay.
And I like feature films. That's true.
Very nice. Well,
what about you, though?
Well, I haven't yet. It's just quite annoying, but this weekend I hope to. I mean, there's 2 or 3 that are really good, I think. There's one called I Am Secretly an Important Man. I think that sounds...
That would be something for you.
It's very secret. And there's a good music documentary, I think, about Feist. Do you like Feist? Do you know her? No, you don't know her. I think she's great.
Okay. But why are we here, Tim? Why are we in this building?
Yes, we are here in the Circusbygning, the circus building, right in the middle of Copenhagen. And that's because TBEX, the Travel Bloggers Conference, has chosen Copenhagen for their event this year. And given that they're very untraditional minded, they thought, hey, why not do it in a circus?
Tim, I heard they have some great acrobats, actually, on this TBEX.
That's true.
Let's go check.
Yep. Tell me, how long have you been working here at Woman's?
Why is she so quiet?
No.
But I have a question for you, Tim. Can you just shortly tell me what TBEX is all about?
Yeah, sure. It's for travel bloggers. So, well, there's really 2 components of TBEX, I guess. One is for travel bloggers and people that are interested in that aspect of blogging. And the other is for a lot of PR people who are who are promoting various travel packages and so on, and they're very interested in getting in contact with the bloggers. But I think now we should go and meet the organizers of TBEX, Kim Mance and Maren Hogan. They've actually got their own TV program as well, web TV show called Gallivanting. But we're going to talk to them about what they're doing with TBEX mainly. You managed to organize a TBEX in Copenhagen in a very short period of time.
Divide and conquer?
Divide and conquer, yeah. We just took different tasks on and then went for it. And also really hospitable hosts, wonderful Copenhagen, Mamondo, those guys, they had to sponsor. And, Copenhagen's not cheap. So there were a lot of things to consider. The venue, all the sorts of things that will go on. And we didn't want to do it at a hotel, or we've never done TBEX at a convention center or anything like that. So I challenged them to find some very funky spaces that could make TBEX, stand out in people's minds.
There's a lot of trust, I think, from TBEX members who are willing to come to Copenhagen basically before there was even a program out.
It's about people, there's this thing where people online and you've collaborated with others around the world. You've used social media as a filter to find your friends, and then you want to meet them. So people, this face-to-face surreal, I know you, happens here. And so people just get very attracted and drawn to that. So I think that's why they signed up.
There's always that 10-second pause at the beginning of a party where everybody's just kind of looking around. And by the end of the night or the end of the dinner, people are just best friends for life.
Down there right now, it's lunch the first day. Everyone's chatting away.
Yeah.
They're friends.
They're out of their groups.
There's going to be a lot of online content coming out of this because, of course, there's a lot of fantastic bloggers here who have huge communities themselves.
They are on it. They are creating stuff already. Last night we went to Jörg Jensen to see the smithy, the silversmithy, and see some demonstrations. And I wore a ring that I really, really want now. One of the bloggers took a picture of it. And last night before I fell asleep, she had already blogged about it on her site. So there was already something of, Jörg Jensen up there about Copenhagen. People are tweeting and Facebooking, but there'll be lots of content out. And the cool thing is everyone is so diverse in their interests. There's going to be a lot of different stories told.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So we are here with the managing director of Noma. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now tell me, what are you actually doing here at TBEX?
Well, I think this is an extremely interesting group of people which is here, so would of course have liked to see them at Noma, but we were unable to because we had no room or no availability to do anything. So we hoped and thought that the second best solution would be for me to come here instead.
And would it be a way to meet people around the world to talk about cuisine, or what was the angle for you?
For me, actually, I was open to discuss. I know this is probably a group which is very interested in discussing. So I'm open for basically anything. Both cuisine, both angles, both you can see how we look upon things with a Noma perspective and so on and so on.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for joining us, and I wish Noma the best and a lot of luck in the future.
Thank you very much, Sabine.
And speaking of traveling, if you ever come to Copenhagen, or if you are here in Copenhagen and you need to be shown around, please join one of our tours. It will give you the best sights and tastes and sounds of Copenhagen. Just click on the link below.
So that's about it from TBEX.
But I want to ask you though, Tim, how did the workshop go that you were a speaker at?
Yeah, the video blogging workshop, that was very good. There was, I think, about 25 future video bloggers there for that, and
You gave some good advice. And
hosting techniques and interviews, and it was very good. We had a very nice panel.
let's see what Vladimir has for us.
Hi, I'm Vladimir Chen. In this episode of MyDenmarkTV, I'm going to talk about online shoe reseller called brandos.dk. I'm sure you know how it is like with shoes. We buy them in stores or outlets which sometimes can be pretty far to go to. As they claim, Brandos is Denmark's largest online shoe store on the internet. Unique thing about them is that they offer free shipping back and forth. In other words, if you don't like the shoes, you can return them within 30 days at no cost to you. If you're familiar with Zappos, a US-based online store, Brandos is doing pretty much the same, except that American retailer offers 1-year return policy. Can you imagine? I know it's crazy, but this is what Zappos is doing. However, Brandos also has some cool selling points. I like the fact that they guarantee the cheapest prices in Denmark. They state on their website, if you find the same shoes at a cheaper price, excluding those that are on sale, they will reimburse you the difference. And this applies both to internet shops as well as ordinary physical outlets. I don't know about yourself, but for me, sometimes it can be tough to find my teeny tiny 38 size shoes in Denmark, or at least the assortment is not as huge as in the UK or US, for example. So Brandos definitely comes in handy by offering a great variety of shoes as small as 30 to big shoes of 52. The website is quite easy to browse. Just select a type of shoes, size and color, and you should have a big choice to select from. Since it's targeting the Danish population, it's only in Danish. But then again, if you Google Translate, I'm pretty sure you will do fine. Otherwise, everything is quite self-explanatory. If you're a fan of resources like this, join our community of Copenhagen clickers at copenhagenclicks.com, a website where you can find a lot of more of similar clicks and video tutorials. That's it for this week. Enjoy.
And now it's time for Andre.
We're here today at JobIndex, the largest job database in Denmark, with more than 10,000 job ads daily and more than 200,000 unique viewers on a weekly basis. To give us an overview of how they do things here in JobIndex, I'm pleased to welcome Cole Danielson.
Thank you very much.
We heard that JobIndex has recently put forward a project aimed at counseling job seekers in Denmark in finding their dream job. Can you tell us a little bit more about this project?
Yeah, that's right. We have a lot of people who have problems finding jobs at the moment, and Some of them need advice on how to write an application in Denmark or how to write a resume, or they might need a network. On the other hand, we have a lot of people who have some time on their hands and have experience in hiring people. So we got the idea of why not let all our users help each other. So we started this job counselor project where people who have hiring experience or management experience have tried to hire people before can counsel some of the users that need advice. So it works like this. You can just, we have 300 people who are volunteering their time. And if you're looking for a job, you can go into our website and pick one of them. And you can find a person who works in the industry that you're interested in. And maybe you can even find a person who have a network already and can help you. And that's a great help. And it's been amazing how many people are willing to work for free in order to help other people. And it's completely free. So I mean, this is one of the best recommendations and advices I can give. Go and try this out. It's an excellent help.
Excellent news. And what would be a good advice for those who don't speak Danish to get a job through JobIndex?
Well, one, you can look for the adverts that are in English. Some companies, about 5% of our jobs are actually posted in English. That's a clear signal from the companies that they don't care if you speak Danish or not. Typically, some of the larger companies, they are so international that they have people working abroad and people working in Denmark, so the language inside the company is English anyway. You might also be looking the small corporations. The small corporations are sometimes very flexible. If they find a person they like, they will hire them and they will just start speaking English instead of Danish. Everybody speaks English here, so it's not a problem.
Well, Cole Danielson, thank you very much for this insightful interview. The links for the project counseling will be placed down below, so please make sure to check them out. That's all for Work in Denmark this week. Until next time, I'm Andre. Bye.
This week's question comes from Matt and Helen, or Helena, from Australia, and they write, "We're moving to Copenhagen from Australia in early December for work for 3 years. I'm looking for a long-term lease. My employer prefers that I live in Østerbro, Hellerup, Hummen, or the central Copenhagen area. I have 2 questions. First, what are the best real estate agents' websites I can use? And second, a friend told me that real estate agencies close down mid-December and don't reopen until mid-January. Can you confirm if this is true? Thanks for your help and congratulations on a great website."
Well, I would start off by saying check out our episode 69 because we actually cover this topic and we have a lot of good advice for renting. You could start with that.
Yeah, and quickly, there's 3 sites we can suggest. Boligsillen.dk and Boliga.dk are both, they have rentals and apartments for sale. So those are very good. And Blå Avis, dba.dk, has loads of rentals. So those are all good. And you know, it is true that there are a lot of homeless people in Copenhagen by the middle of January because, of course, the lazy real estate agents have closed for a month and they have
Let
no
me
place
pick
to...
this one up. Business may be a little slow, but they're definitely not closed. That is not true. You can always find a place in that time.
That is true.
That is true.
And in return for asking the question, Matt and Helena get a 30-minute consultation with the MyDenmarkTV team. And you too can benefit from a consultation with MyDenmarkTV. Just click on the link below. It says Consult with MyDenmarkTV.
And that's it for this week. A fantastic time here at TBEX. We really hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment about it if you have any good advice. If you are a new travel blogger, we would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, or if you have any questions for us, just pop it in the mailbag.
Yes, and you can always find us on Facebook, facebook.com/MyDenmarkTV.
And follow us on Twitter.
That's it. That's it for this week. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
One.
Sorry, that was very loud.